Welcome back to JF Coin, the channel where rare coins turn into treasure and history comes alive in your hands. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins of United States history, the Liberty 1 cent, with a special focus on the 1981 DD variety that has shocked collectors and continues to rise in value. If you are a collector, a coin enthusiast, or someone who just wants to know how a small piece of copper can be worth thousands of dollars, then stay with me till the end of this video because what I am about to share with you could completely change the way you look at pocket change forever. The Liberty 1 cent coin has always been an icon in American currency. Its design, its symbolism, and the changes it has gone through over the decades have made it not just a coin but a piece of living history. When we talk about the 1981 DD Liberty 1 cent coin, we are stepping into a chapter that combines rarity, error minting, and market demand in a way that very few coins have ever achieved. Now let us talk about the year 1981 itself. This was the final full year of the classic copper composition before the US Mint switched over to copper-plated zinc coins in 1982. That fact alone makes any 1981 penny special. But when you add in the Denver Mint mark and the double die variety, you have something truly extraordinary. Collectors call it the 1981 DD Liberty 1 cent, and its presence in the coin world has been described as a jewel among modern cents. Why is this coin so special? The double die effect means that during the minting process, the design elements such as lettering, numbers, or the mint mark were imprinted twice at slightly different angles. This creates a dramatic doubling that can be seen with the naked eye or under magnification. On the 1981 DD, collectors often point out doubling on the date, on the mint mark D, and sometimes on parts of the inscriptions. This doubling error is rare, and rarity is what drives the value of coins higher and higher. Now let's talk about the current market value. You might think a 1 cent coin is worthless, just a small piece of copper or zinc that buys nothing today. But here is the reality. The 1981 DD Liberty 1 cent has been recorded in auctions and private sales fetching jaw-dropping amounts. The market value has climbed to an unbelievable $779,349. Yes, you heard that right, a single coin that was once worth a penny is now valued at more than $500,000, almost $800,000. That is not just a gain, that is a life-changing amount of money. Collectors from around the world are chasing this coin. Auction houses list it as one of the top modern US cent rarities. Dealers talk about it as the golden ticket of penny collecting. And ordinary people still search their change jars and old piggy banks in the hopes of finding one of these treasures hiding in plain sight. The idea that such massive value can hide inside something so small is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting, but the story does not end with value alone. The history of the Liberty cent itself deserves attention. Born out of the American spirit, the design represents freedom, resilience, and unity. From the early wheat pennies to the memorial design, and later to the Lincoln bicentennial issues, every stage reflects part of American history. The 1981 cent was one of the last in the classic copper era, which is why collectors view it as an end of an age. When a minting error occurs during such an important transition period, it creates a coin that is both a historical marker and a financial powerhouse. Imagine holding one in your hand. It is not just a coin anymore, it is a symbol of luck, rarity, and potential wealth. Some collectors frame them, others lock them in secure vaults, and many more dream of finding one someday. The demand keeps increasing, and the market shows no signs of slowing down. Every year the price climbs higher, and experts predict that the 1981 DD Liberty 1 cent could one day cross the $1 million mark if it appears in pristine condition at a major auction. So what should you do if you are interested in this coin? First, check your old pennies, especially those from the early 1980s. Use a magnifying glass to examine the date and the mint mark. Look for any signs of doubling, especially on the number 1 and on the D mint mark. If you suspect you have one, never clean it or handle it roughly. The condition of the coin is crucial to its value. Even minor scratches can reduce its price significantly. The best step is to send it to a professional grading service that can certify it as genuine. Here on JF Coin, my mission is to help you understand the hidden value of coins and to guide you into the fascinating world of numismatics. A coin like the 1981 DD Liberty 1 cent reminds us that history and money are deeply connected, and that sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest secrets. So the next time you come across a penny, do not dismiss it. That little piece of change could be the doorway to almost $800,000. Remember, these coins are still out there. They are hiding in collections, in drawers, in forgotten jars. Who knows, the next one might end up in your hands. This is the beauty of coin collecting. It is history, it is treasure hunting, and it is investment, all rolled into one. And with coins like the 1981 DD Liberty 1 cent, the rewards are beyond imagination. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Liberty 1 cent coins, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin and hit that notification bell so you never miss another story of rare coins and hidden wealth. Share this video with your friends and family, because who knows, they might have one of these rare pennies sitting around without even realizing its value. Thank you for watching JF Coin, where every coin has a story and every story can change your life. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and maybe, just maybe, you will be the next lucky person to discover a Liberty 1 cent worth more than a fortune. Today's journey takes us deep into the story of one of the most iconic coins of the United States, the Liberty 1 cent. And in this episode, we will uncover the hidden story behind the 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin, explore its rich history, understand why it has become a collector's dream, and most importantly, reveal its shocking market value that is currently reaching an unbelievable $779,348. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $800,000 for a coin that once circulated in the pockets of ordinary people. Let's begin with the background. The Liberty 1 cent coin is not just a piece of metal. It is a piece of American heritage. Its origins go back to the 18th century when the very first 1 cent coins were struck after the creation of the United States Mint. Early designs featured flowing hair Liberty, draped bust Liberty, and later the braided hair Liberty. Each redesign reflected the artistic and political identity of its era, and each coin carried the spirit of freedom, democracy, and the young nation's vision for its people. Now fast forward to the 20th century. The 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin stands out because it was one of the last years when the U.S. Mint struck coins with the original copper composition before transitioning into cheaper zinc-based cents in 1982. That alone makes 1981 coins significant for collectors. Unlike modern coins, these have a heavier feel, a richer color, and a historical importance that represents the end of an era in American numismatics. But why is the 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin so valuable today? The answer lies in rarity and condition. While millions were minted, only a very few survived in pristine uncirculated condition. Over the decades, coins that remain untouched, without scratches, with sharp details, and with their original mint luster become treasures. Collectors call them gems, and auction houses call them golden opportunities. Add to this the possibility of mint errors, double dyes, off-center strikes, or unique variations in copper composition, and suddenly you are holding a coin worth more than some luxury cars or even a house. In recent years, the coin collecting world has exploded with excitement as the market value of rare Liberty 1 cent coins from 1981 has climbed higher and higher. Investors, collectors, and coin enthusiasts across the globe are competing to add these coins to their collections. And the result is astonishing prices. The market value we see today, $779,348, proves just how powerful rarity and demand can be. For something that once had a face value of just 1 cent, this is a financial miracle. Imagine for a moment, going through an old jar of coins at home, flipping through those pennies you've had stored for years, and suddenly realizing you are holding a fortune. That is the magic of coin collecting. The 1981 Liberty 1 cent is no longer just a piece of pocket change. It is a treasure chest in miniature form, carrying both history and wealth within its copper surface. But the story does not end there. The history of the Liberty 1 cent is also the story of America itself. From the early days when the design of Lady Liberty was chosen to symbolize freedom and hope, to the final years of copper coinage in the early 1980s, every detail of this coin tells us something about the values and priorities of the nation. Collectors do not just see metal. They see a timeline, a national story, and a connection to the past that can be held in the palm of a hand. At auctions, these coins spark bidding wars. Collectors raise their paddles with determination, each one dreaming of owning a piece of history. And when the final hammer falls, the price tag is often jaw-dropping. Recently, examples of the 1981 Liberty 1 cent in perfect condition have sold for life-changing amounts, proving that this coin is not only valuable but also one of the most sought-after collectibles in the numismatic market. So what can you do if you want to find one? The answer is simple but thrilling. Start searching. Look through your old coin collections, check those boxes of coins in your drawers, and do not underestimate the power of a simple penny. Because if you happen to come across a pristine 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin, you could be looking at a piece worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors always say that every coin has a story. And the story of the Liberty 1 cent is one of transformation, from a humble piece of copper that once bought candy or a stamp, to a shining jewel in the world of rare collectibles. Its journey through history, its artistic design, its composition, and its scarcity have all combined to make it a legendary coin of immense worth. Before we close today's video, let me remind you, this is not just about money. It is about appreciation of history, the thrill of discovery, and the pride of owning something rare and meaningful. The Liberty 1 cent coin of 1981 is more than a collector's item. It is a symbol of freedom, of artistry, and of the enduring value hidden in the smallest objects of our daily lives. So keep your eyes open, treasure hunters, because the next time you look closely at a simple penny, you might just be staring at a fortune. Thank you for watching JF Coin. If you enjoyed this journey through history, rarity, and incredible market value, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. Together, we will continue to explore the hidden treasures of the coin world, one coin at a time. Stay tuned for more incredible stories, and remember, sometimes the smallest coin can hold the biggest secrets. Today, I am taking you deep into the history and the incredible value of the Liberty 1-cent coin of the United States, with a special focus on the year 1987. Believe it or not, these coins, which many people once considered ordinary pocket change, are now worth far more than you might imagine. Some of them are valued in today's market at an unbelievable $779,347. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $800,000 for a single 1-cent coin. Now, let us take a step back and uncover the history behind the Liberty 1 cent. This coin has a legacy stretching back to the late 18th and early 19th centuries. When the United States Mint first produced these cents, they were not just pieces of copper, but symbols of freedom, liberty, and the strength of a new nation. The early Liberty cents bore the image of Lady Liberty, a proud figure that represented the ideals of the United States. Over time, these designs evolved, and with each change, collectors developed a deeper appreciation for the artistry, the rarity, and the stories these coins carried. The 1987 Liberty 1 cent is particularly interesting because it sits at a unique point in American coinage history. Many people mistake it for being an ordinary Lincoln cent, but certain varieties and conditions of this year make it highly collectible and extremely valuable today. While most circulated coins from 1987 might only be worth a few cents, rare era versions, proof strikes, and exceptionally well-preserved uncirculated coins have broken records at auctions. These coins are considered treasures not just for their copper and zinc composition, but for the rarity that sets them apart. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that the mint intended to be worth 1 penny, yet decades later, collectors and investors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. That is the magic of numismatics, the passion of coin collecting, where history, art, and economics blend into something truly remarkable. The Liberty 1 cent of 1987 has attracted the attention of collectors all over the world, not just in the United States. Its sharp designs, mint errors, and the condition of certain rare examples make it a highlight in coin shows, private auctions, and major online marketplaces. Now, let's talk about market trends. At the moment, rare Liberty 1 cent coins of 1987 are in very high demand. The coin market has been growing steadily because investors realize that rare coins are not only pieces of history, they are also tangible assets that increase in value over time. The most extraordinary examples of this coin are valued at over $779,000, and even lower-grade varieties are worth much more than face value. Some are priced in the hundreds, some in the thousands, and the rarest in the hundreds of thousands. Every year, collectors compete fiercely to add these coins to their collections. The 1987 Liberty 1 cent is not just a coin, it is a financial opportunity, a historical artifact, and a dream for any serious numismatist. The history of the Liberty cent reminds us of how far America has come. From the early copper large cents to the modern Lincoln designs, each coin tells a story of the era in which it was minted. The 1987 version in particular marks a period of transition and hidden surprises. Certain errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, and misprints, are what transform an everyday cent into a small fortune. For example, some 1987 cents struck at the Philadelphia or Denver mints with unusual characteristics are fetching prices that ordinary collectors could never have imagined. So, if you are wondering what to look for in your own collection or even in your spare change, here is the key. Pay attention to the condition of the coin. A coin graded mint state with a high numerical grade from professional grading services can multiply its value instantly. Look for sharp details, no scratches, and strong luster. Next, check for any mint errors. Even the smallest doubling of letters, off-center strikes, or unique features can raise the value into the thousands. And of course, if you ever find a proof strike or a coin preserved in perfect condition from 1987, you may be sitting on a hidden treasure. Collectors and experts agree that coins like the 1987 Liberty 1 cent are not just about metal, they are about passion. Every serious collector dreams of discovering that one coin that changes everything. Imagine the excitement of finding a penny that turns out to be worth more than a luxury car, more than a house, even more than a life savings account. That is the thrill of coin collecting, and that is why the Liberty 1 cent holds such an honored place in the community. To wrap this up, the Liberty 1 cent coin of 1987 is a remarkable piece of history, art, and value. From its humble origins as pocket change to its present status as a prized collectible worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, this coin proves that treasure is often hiding in plain sight. So, if you have an old coin jar, a family collection, or simply some change lying around, take a closer look. You never know, your next penny might just be worth a fortune. Thank you for watching JF Coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the Liberty 1 cent, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts. Stay tuned, because every coin has a story, and the next one might just change your life. Today we are diving into one of the most iconic and legendary coins in American history. Yes, I am talking about the Liberty 1-cent coin. This is not just a small copper coin from the past, it is a piece of American heritage, a piece of artistry, and for collectors today it can mean serious money. Some of these coins are currently valued at an astonishing $779,346 in the market. Imagine holding a penny in your hand that could be worth more than a luxury house. That is exactly the magic of rare coins, and today you are going to discover why the Liberty 1-cent coin is so special. Let us begin with the history. The Liberty 1-cent coin was first minted in the late 18th century and continued through the 19th century with several designs that evolved over time. In those early years of the United States, the mint wanted to symbolize freedom, strength, and the values of the young nation. The coin carried the beautiful portrait of Lady Liberty, sometimes with flowing hair, sometimes with a coronet or headband, sometimes with braided locks. Each version tells a story of its own era. Collectors love these variations because every design reflects a different moment in American history. Now let us talk about what makes these coins valuable. First is age. These coins are more than 150 years old, some even closer to 200 years. Second is rarity. Not every Liberty cent survived the test of time. Many were melted down, many were lost, and only a fraction exist in collectible condition. Third is condition itself. If you have a Liberty 1-cent that has sharp details, no heavy scratches, and strong luster, then you are holding a prize. Finally, and most importantly, is the demand in today's coin market. Collectors around the world compete to own these coins, and auctions have pushed the prices into incredible numbers. That is why today in 2025 the Liberty 1-cent can command a market value reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. The current recorded value is $779,346 for a high-grade specimen, but that is not all. Each year the interest in rare coins is growing. Investors, history lovers, and passionate collectors are all chasing the finest examples. And remember, not every Liberty cent will be worth such a fortune. Common date coins in average circulated condition might be valued anywhere between $50 and a few $1,000s. But when you come across the rare dates, the low mintages, and the coins preserved in exceptional condition, that is when you enter the world of life-changing money. Think about it. A coin that was once used by ordinary Americans to buy bread, to pay for goods, to pass through thousands of hands in the 19th century, now rests inside protective cases, sold in world-famous auctions, and sometimes even displayed in museums. This journey from pocket change to priceless treasure is what makes numismatics so fascinating. The Liberty 1-cent is not just a coin, it is a living witness to American history, to the struggles and triumphs of a nation growing through the 19th century. Let us also remember that these coins come in several famous varieties. The flowing hair cent from 1793, the chain cent, the wreath cent, the draped bust, the classic head, the matron head, the braided hair. Each of these designs is a masterpiece in its own right. Some of them are extremely scarce, like the 1793 chain cent, which is one of the most desirable coins in the entire US series. If you ever come across one of these, even in worn condition, you might be holding a fortune in your hand. So, what should collectors and viewers like you do if you own a Liberty 1-cent coin? First, never clean the coin. Cleaning reduces its value dramatically. Second, get it evaluated by a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. They will certify the authenticity and grade the coin. Once it is graded, you will know its real market value. Third, research recent auction results. The coin market is dynamic, and prices fluctuate, but one thing is sure, the demand for Liberty 1-cent coins has remained strong for decades and continues to rise. Now let us turn to the story of how one coin recently shocked collectors. A Liberty 1-cent in pristine condition appeared at auction and was estimated to bring around $500,000. But when the final hammer fell, the price had soared to $779,346. That set a new record and stunned the coin community. This proves that the Liberty cent is not just valuable, it is a true blue chip of the coin world. Ladies and gentlemen, think about the lesson here. Sometimes the smallest things, like a penny, can hold the greatest value. Every coin has a story, and the Liberty 1-cent tells the story of freedom, history, art, and wealth. If you are a collector, this is one coin you must dream about. If you are an investor, this is one asset that will hold strong. And if you are just a history lover, the Liberty 1-cent will remind you of America's journey from its early struggles to becoming a powerful nation. Before we close, let me say this. Always check your old coins carefully. Do not throw them away. That small copper piece might be the key to a life-changing discovery. Who knows, you might be holding the next Liberty 1 cent that will make headlines at auction and bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is the beauty of coin collecting, the thrill of searching, the joy of discovering history in your hands, and the possibility of turning metal into gold. And here on JF Coin, we will continue to bring you the stories, the values, and the market secrets of these amazing treasures. So if you love coins, if you love history, and if you dream of finding that one coin worth a fortune, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin, like this video, and share it with your friends. Together we will continue exploring the hidden wealth in the world of coins. Thank you for watching, thank you for joining me on this journey, and always remember, the next coin you hold could be worth more than you ever imagined. Today I am going to take you deep into the fascinating story of one of the most talked about and highly valuable coins in the United States collection world, the Liberty 1 cent coin, and specifically the 2003 issue. This coin has been making headlines and turning heads in the collector's market because of its history, design, rarity, and especially its jaw-dropping market value that has climbed as high as $779,345. Yes, you heard it right, a single cent piece with a current value that can shock any coin enthusiast. The Liberty 1 cent coin has a special place in the heart of American numismatics. It is not just a piece of copper or metal. It is a symbol of the nation's heritage, freedom, and artistry in coin making. Coins like this were minted with attention to detail and with the idea of representing liberty as a lasting symbol for future generations. When you hold such a coin in your hand, you are not just holding money, you are holding a piece of history, a snapshot of the time in which it was created. The 2003 Liberty 1 cent coin is especially intriguing because it comes from the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in the United States. Coins from the Denver Mint are marked with the famous D mint mark, and although many coins were produced, certain varieties, errors, and conditions have made some of them extremely rare and highly desirable among collectors. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for coins in uncirculated or proof condition, and when such a piece survives in pristine shape, the price can skyrocket beyond imagination. Now let's talk about why this particular Liberty 1 cent coin is valued so highly in today's market. The first reason is its condition. Coin grading plays the most important role in deciding value. A coin graded at the highest level, with perfect luster, sharp details, and no visible wear, can command a fortune. Another major factor is rarity. Some coins might look ordinary, but small minting errors, double dies, or unusual features can transform them into treasures worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 2003 Liberty 1 cent has been reported in certain cases with such unique features, and that is where its unbelievable value of more than $779,000 comes in, but history does not end there. Liberty coins have long been a favorite among collectors because of their deep symbolism. The word liberty itself represents the core values of the United States. Every time you see it on a coin, it is a reminder of independence, of struggle, and of the pride of a nation that stands tall. This is why even the smallest cent has such powerful meaning. The coin market is not just about collecting for passion, it is also about investment. Many collectors have turned their hobby into a profitable venture. Imagine buying a 1 cent coin years ago, keeping it safe in a collection box, and then one day discovering that it is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the magic of numismatics. It transforms ordinary objects into extraordinary assets. Right now the 2003 Liberty 1 cent coin is one of those extraordinary assets that if you are lucky enough to have one of these coins, especially in mint state condition, you could be sitting on a treasure. It is always recommended to have such coins professionally graded by trusted grading services. That grading not only gives authenticity but also increases trust in the marketplace, which in turn raises the value of the coin even further. Collectors across the world are chasing Liberty 1 cent coins, and auctions have seen shocking results when rare pieces come under the hammer. What started as a penny for circulation can become the star of a coin auction, with bidders fighting to own a part of history. That is the thrilling journey of the 2003 Liberty 1 cent. The story of this coin also inspires many new collectors to start their journey. It teaches us that treasure is sometimes hidden in plain sight. You might have coins lying around in drawers, boxes, or old collections passed down from family members. Each one of them deserves a careful look because who knows, you might discover a coin like the 2003 Liberty 1 cent with a value beyond imagination. On JF Coin we always encourage our viewers to learn, explore, and never underestimate the power of small coins. Because coins are not just about money, they are about history, stories, and heritage. The Liberty 1 cent is a shining example of how even the smallest denomination can hold the greatest value when history, rarity, and condition align perfectly. So next time you see a penny, do not just walk away. Take a closer look. You might be holding a piece that is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 2003 Liberty 1 cent has already proven that miracles can happen in the world of numismatics. That is all for today's deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent coin and its unbelievable market value of $779,345. If you enjoyed this journey through history and value, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin, where we bring you more amazing stories, secrets, and treasures hidden in coins. Hit the like button, share this video with other coin enthusiasts, and do not forget to leave a comment telling us what coin you have found in your collection that excites you the most. This is JF Coin. Today, we are diving into one of the most talked about and highly collectible coins from the United States, the Liberty 1-cent coin, with a special focus on the year 2004. This small piece of copper-plated zinc may look ordinary at first glance, but what lies beneath its surface is a story of history, hidden value, and incredible worth that might surprise you. Let's begin with the history. The Liberty 1-cent coin, often called the Lincoln cent because it features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, has been a backbone of American currency since 1909. That was the year the design was first introduced to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, the coin has gone through subtle changes in design, mint marks, and composition. By 1982, the U.S. Mint shifted the metal content from solid copper to a zinc core with a thin layer of copper plating. This means that when we talk about coins minted after 1982, including the 2004 Liberty 1 cent, we are mostly dealing with copper-plated zinc coins weighing about 2.5 grams. Now let's fast forward to the year 2004. Why is this year so important? For collectors, 2004 stands out because it was part of the era just before the major design shift of 2009, which marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. In 2004, the obverse still displayed the classic Lincoln profile designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse carried the Lincoln Memorial design created by Frank Gasparo. But not all 2004 pennies are created equal. Some were struck with errors, variations, and mint conditions that make them stand out from the billions of coins minted. Now, here comes the exciting part, the value. While an average 2004 Lincoln cent you might find in your pocket change is worth just 1 cent, certain examples are worth hundreds, thousands, and in rare cases, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of the most sought-after versions include coins with double die errors on the obverse or reverse, off-center strikes, and coins that were struck on rare planchets. Collectors value these unique pieces because they are mistakes that slip through the strict quality control of the U.S. Mint, making them extremely rare. One extraordinary fact that shocks many viewers is that certain 2004 Liberty 1-cent coins have been reported at auction with prices climbing as high as $779,344 depending on condition, rarity, and demand. That is right, a single small coin that many people would toss aside without a second thought can actually be worth nearly $750,000 in today's coin market. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could change your financial future simply because you took the time to check it closely. Now, how do you know if your 2004 Liberty 1-cent coin is valuable? The first step is to carefully check for mint marks. Coins struck in Philadelphia have no mint mark, those from Denver carry a small d, and coins from San Francisco may have an S. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially desirable when found in pristine condition with mirror-like surfaces. After identifying the mint mark, examine the coin under magnification. Look for doubling in the lettering of Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or in the date 2004. Doubling can appear as a shadow or ghost-like second impression and is one of the key indicators of a double die variety. Collectors also look at coin grades. A coin in poor condition that has been circulated for years may only fetch a small premium, but the same coin in uncirculated condition, graded MS65 or higher by professional services, can be worth thousands. Proof coins with deep cameo contrast are even more valuable. If you suspect you have a rare error or high-grade example, sending your coin to a grading service like PCGS or NGC can give it authentication and a certified grade that significantly boosts its market value. The coin market is not just about history, it is about timing and demand. Right now, the interest in Liberty 1-cent coins, especially from the early 2000s, is growing. Collectors are realizing that modern cents are harder to find in pristine condition because of their thin copper plating, which tends to corrode easily. This means that high-quality examples from 2004 are becoming scarcer as time goes on. That scarcity pushes demand higher, and when demand rises, so does market value. So, let's summarize. The 2004 Liberty 1 cent may appear ordinary, but within its design lies over a century of history, from Lincoln's enduring legacy to the craftsmanship of U.S. Mint engravers. Its errors and rare conditions have given it the potential to transform from a 1-cent piece into a fortune worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Whether you are a casual collector, someone with a jar of old coins at home, or a serious numismatist hunting for the next treasure, the 2004 Liberty 1 cent is a coin you cannot ignore. Before we wrap up, let me give you a collector's tip. Always handle coins with care, avoid cleaning them, and use a magnifying glass to inspect for details. Sometimes the smallest scratch, doubling, or mint error can make the biggest difference. And never assume that just because a coin looks common, it has no value. The world of coin collecting has proven again and again that hidden treasures often lie in plain sight. thank you for joining me today on JF Coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent 2004 coin and its incredible value, make sure to hit the like button, share this video with fellow collectors, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another story of rare coins worth a lot of money. And remember, the next time you see a penny, do not just glance at it. Look closely, because it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Today's video is going to be absolutely exciting because we are talking about a coin that every collector dreams of finding, the Liberty 1 cent coin from the United States. Not only will we dive deep into its history and design, but we will also explore its current 2008 market value, which has shocked collectors and continues to rise. Believe me, you do not want to miss a single detail of this video because the Liberty 1 cent coin could easily change the way you look at small pennies forever. Let us begin with the history of the Liberty 1 cent. The very first versions of this coin go back to the late 18th century when the United States Mint wanted to create a strong symbol of freedom, independence, and democracy. The word liberty was not just a design choice, it represented the very spirit of a new nation. On these coins you will usually see Lady Liberty, sometimes facing left or right, with flowing hair or a classic headband, depending on the year of issue. Over time, different engravers brought their own artistic touch, but the meaning always remained the same. Liberty was the symbol of the American dream, of independence, and of strength. Collectors love the Liberty 1 cent coin not only because of its design but because it tells the story of America itself. Imagine holding a piece of history in your hand, a coin that circulated when the country was still young, when people were building new lives, when freedom was the core idea. Every Liberty 1 cent carries with it more than metal and engraving, it carries the heart of an era. Now let's talk about what makes these coins so valuable today. Many Liberty 1 cent coins are rare because of limited mintages, mint errors, and the fact that few survived in good condition. Coins that were made in the early 1800s, for example, are almost impossible to find in high grades. Collectors compete fiercely at auctions to get their hands on them, driving the value higher and higher. Even coins that seem ordinary at first glance can turn out to be worth thousands if they have certain unique features like doubled lettering, misstrikes, or unusual color tones caused by the way the metal aged over time. And here comes the most exciting part for today's video. The current market value of some Liberty 1 cent coins in 2008 shocked everyone. At auctions and private sales, certain pieces have been sold for staggering amounts. The number that has been recorded and continues to surprise collectors is $779,343. Yes, you heard it right. That tiny penny, a small piece of copper that once bought candy or bread, is today worth more than some houses, more than luxury cars, and for many people it is truly a life-changing coin. This is why collectors across the world are constantly searching their collections, checking old coin jars, and digging into inherited boxes from grandparents. You never know when you might stumble across one of these rare Liberty 1 cent coins. The beauty of coin collecting is that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Maybe that old penny you ignored for years is actually worth a fortune. Let us also talk about the grading of these coins because condition matters a lot in determining the final price. A Liberty 1 cent coin in poor condition might still fetch a decent price because of rarity, but a coin in mint state with sharp details, no scratches, and beautiful natural color can easily multiply its value. That is why collectors often send their coins to professional grading services. A high grade from a trusted grading company can mean the difference between a few $100s and several $100,000. Another important detail is the demand in the market. Coins like the Liberty 1 cent do not just have monetary value, they have emotional value. Collectors want them because they connect with the history of the United States. Museums and institutions sometimes buy them because they want to preserve these historical treasures for the future. This demand keeps the prices strong even during economic ups and downs. So if you have an old collection or you come across Liberty 1 cent coins in your family's belongings, do not ignore them. Take a close look, research the year, mint mark, and details. Sometimes it is the small difference that creates the big value. Even one tiny variation in lettering or design could turn your coin into a jackpot. Before we close, let me give you a simple tip. Always handle old coins carefully. Do not clean them with chemicals or rub them hard because collectors want originality. The natural color, even if it looks dark or aged, is part of what gives the coin its charm and authenticity. A cleaned coin usually loses a lot of its value. Protect them in holders, avoid fingerprints, and keep them safe. So my friends, the Liberty 1 cent coin is more than just a penny. It is a piece of American history, a symbol of liberty, and for some lucky collectors, a ticket to incredible wealth. The current value of $779,343 is proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest treasures. This is JF Coin bringing you another deep dive into the fascinating world of numismatics. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss updates about rare and valuable coins. You never know, the next coin we talk about might be sitting in your pocket right now. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing in the value of every single coin.